Welcome to this explainer. Okay, we're just going to dive right in today because we are looking at a massive, literal game changer in how businesses interact with us. We're exploring how mobile computing didn't just give us smaller screens to stare at, it completely rewrote the rulebook for digital marketing, especially when it comes to where we are. Think of this as the journey of the check-in, from basically just having a phone in your pocket to experiencing highly targeted, hyper-local marketing. Let me ask you a quick question to kick things off. Have you ever, say, unlocked a 20% discount or gotten a special offer just by literally walking into a coffee shop or a store with your phone in your pocket? Or maybe you've hit that check-in button online just to let your friends know where you're hanging out. Well, if you have, you've actually participated in the exact ecosystem we're breaking down today. It feels completely seamless on our end, right? But it turns out there is this fascinating hidden layer of strategy happening right behind the screen that we're going to uncover. Section 1, the foundation. Mobile computing and the always-on consumer. To really grasp how all this works, we first need to lay down the groundwork. What is the fundamental tech making these on-the-go interactions possible? Well, at its core, mobile computing is simply using portable wireless devices, like your smartphone or a tablet, to connect to the internet and access data while you're literally on the move. Whether you're riding a cellular network or jumping on local Wi-Fi, this technology completely untethers us. It takes the entire power of the internet, shrinks it down, and sticks it right into our pockets, making these devices the absolute enablers of our modern, hyper-connected lives. Just look at the dramatic shift in how we behave between the old desktop era and the new mobile era. We used to be physically tied to a desk. You essentially had to schedule your time to go sit down and log on to the internet. But now, we're living in an always-on reality. You have 24/7 connectivity, and let's be honest, your device is practically an extension of your arm. Marketers realized very quickly, wow, we no longer have to wait for them to sit down at a computer to reach them. And what's truly mind-blowing here is the sheer scale of this migration. Take Twitter, for example. A staggering 95% of their user base accesses the platform via mobile devices. I mean, that's not just a subtle shift, that's an absolute takeover. Social networks have gone mobile because, well, that's where we are. And because of this, sharing content, posting pictures, updating statuses, the whole shebang happens in real time, instantly. Moving on to Section 2, creating walled gardens with branded mobile social networks. Because social media is so incredibly mobile-centric now, some brands decided, you know what? We don't just want a basic page on Facebook or Twitter, we want to build our own dedicated spaces. We call these walled gardens or branded social networks. They're created by and for a specific brand, usually right through a custom mobile app. And they're fantastic for building really highly targeted niche communities. Like pharmaceutical companies have created specialized networks to link patients together to share experiences, which actually allows the brand to jump in and provide incredible real-time customer support. But, and this is a massive hurdle, they face what's called the discovery problem. You have to somehow convince a user to go to the App Store, actually search for your specific app, and download it. That takes a huge amount of paid marketing. But hey, when a brand actually gets it right, it's brilliant. Take this slightly hilarious but honestly super effective example, Charmin's Sit or Squat app. It's a branded network that solves an immediate, highly relevant problem for people on the go, finding a clean public restroom. It connects the user's immediate physical need to the brand's identity, providing instant value based entirely on exactly where that user is standing. Talk about hitting the nail on the head. All right, Section 3, the power of where. Location-based social networks. So, stepping out of those walled gardens, the absolutely crucial point of modern mobile interaction really boils down to this simple three-word question: where are you? Historically, we text that just to meet up with friends. But today, answering this question is exactly what location-based networks are built to do. And more importantly, it's exactly what they're built to monetize. Let's take a quick look at the major players who really capitalized on the where. We've got Foursquare, right, which basically pioneered the whole GPS-based check-in. Then there's Facebook Places, leveraging its massive existing user base to just broadcast locations instantly. Gowalla, they tied locations into these interactive trip games. And Yelp, which introduced some incredibly cool visual tools like Monocle. Monocle was this augmented reality feature where you could literally point your phone down the physical street and actually see star ratings overlaid on the restaurants right in front of you. Basically, these platforms use the physical hardware of your phone to drive actual physical foot traffic. Section 4, psychological triggers and gamifying the check-in. So why in the world do we actively tell these apps where we are? Well, developers cleverly introduce these psychological triggers to keep us coming back by turning the check-in process into a game. Let's deconstruct some of these mechanics. First up, mayorships. You check in the most, boom, you become the mayor. I mean, it's pure bragging rights, but it drives fierce brand loyalty. Second, badges. You unlock these for specific behaviors, like visiting 3 karaoke bars, allowing brands to sponsor custom engagements. And third, leaderboards. Assigning points for check-ins fuels this ongoing competition right within your friend group. It's literally a psychological hook designed by marketers to turn your routine morning coffee run into a game you desperately want to win.
Now, you might be sitting there thinking, okay, I really don't care about being the mayor of my local deli. And honestly, you wouldn't be alone. What's absolutely fascinating to discover is this surprising fact. Despite all these intricate game mechanics, only 8.6% of users actually check in purely for the gaming aspect. Just 8.6? The vast majority of us are doing it to meet up with friends, share recommendations, or, most importantly, just to get informed about what's physically around us.
Let's jump to Section 5, the real payoff, marketing and monetizing movements.
So if the game isn't the main draw, what actually is? Let's talk about the real payoff here and how businesses turn these digital movements into cold, hard revenue. When we break down why users actually check in, the number one reason, coming in at 29%, is to snag a deal or a discount. People are willingly pulling out their phones, giving up their precise real-time location data, because they know for a fact there's a financial reward waiting for them at the counter. And marketers completely capitalize on this using a few different types of location-based deals. A basic discount is super straightforward. Check in, get a half-price appetizer. But look at the mayor deal. Starbucks famously offered $1 off frappuccinos exclusively for the mayors of their stores. Talk about a brilliant way to reward your absolute top customers. They also use digital loyalty cards, basically replacing those old paper punch cards you lose in your wallet, and bring a friend deals to encourage these massive group social check-ins.
Let's walk through this marketing funnel step by step because it's actually really elegant. Step 1, you check into the physical location. Step 2, you immediately unlock that specific deal right there on your screen. Step 3, that check-in is seamlessly broadcasted to your entire social network. Step 4, your friends see this broadcast, and they see it as a personal, trusted endorsement from you, which in turn drives new foot traffic right back to Step 1. It is a wildly efficient cycle of growth.
But we definitely have to remember, this whole system is a massive double-edged sword. A positive check-in? That is marketing gold. It broadcasts a powerful social recommendation. But a negative check-in? Oof. If a customer has a terrible experience and pairs their check-in with a scathing review, it broadcasts a devastating warning instantly to their entire network. Location marketing amplifies your reality, for better or for worse. There's really no hiding. Which brings us to our final section, the future. Context-aware mobile computing. So where is all of this heading next? Well, the era of the manual check-in is quickly evolving into what we call context-aware mobile computing. This is a massive shift from manual input to automated anticipation. Your smartphone tracks your daily routine, your activities, your location history, all to understand your lifestyle. The phone essentially learns your routines just like a really observant housemate would, and it uses that context to automatically trigger perfectly tailored advertisements and recommendations without you ever having to ask. A prime example of this in action is geofencing. Imagine an invisible, virtual boundary drawn around a specific neighborhood or even a single store. When your phone crosses that invisible geofence, it triggers an automatic, preference-based alert. It's kind of incredible to think about. It anticipates your needs based entirely on where you are physically standing, without you even unlocking your screen. Your phone simply buzzes in your pocket to let you know that, hey, a spot serving your favorite type of food is just around the corner, and oh, here's a 10% off coupon. Which leaves us with a fascinating and maybe slightly unnerving final thought for today. As your phone continues to learn the intricate, minute-by-minute details of your daily routine, your likes, your dislikes, and your precise physical movements, how intimately will tomorrow's marketers truly know you? It's a question that is absolutely going to define the next decade of digital marketing. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep a close eye on those notifications, and I'll catch you next time.